Hello everyone. It's, God knows what day it is, it's like April 3rd. Yeah, okay, so it's 3.5 weeks on testosterone. I am not sure where my chair is supposed to be right now. And I was just singing a couple of songs, you know, just fun, screwing around. So I'm not actually that good, but I've noticed that it's really, really hard to sing now. The songs that I used to be able to sing. I can't get my voice to project like I want to. It feels like I have to struggle, and there's like tension right here every time I have to go like, you know, like outward. And I do feel like my voice is cracking a lot, and it was actually really embarrassing, something that happened last night, but I'll get to that in a minute. So this past week was Pride Week at Pitt, and so I was in charge of the drag show this year, which is obviously, it's our biggest event. Like 500 plus people come to this thing, 600 sometimes, you know. And for an event at Pitt's campus, that's really, really big, and we usually end up raising a shitload of money for the Pittsburgh AIDS Task Force, and we raised about $1,400 this year. So that was really exciting. And there are some cool pictures. I don't know if I can put them in here or something, but the show was really, really fun. I did Fuck the Bullshit by 311, which is sort of like a surprise, like interrupting somebody else's number to do it. And I did Perfect by Simple Plan. And in the end of that number, it was like a suicide number, so it was fake blood, and it was very dramatic, and a bunch of people cried. And ironically enough, you know, that night, my parents were supposed to be arriving, but they didn't actually arrive till last night, to visit me for the weekend. But as far as, that went, like, I had been running around since like 2 p.m. for a show that started at 9, hadn't eaten anything, and just, after it was all over and getting all the compliments that I did, like, somebody from New York saying it was the best show that he's ever seen, and, like, he's been to, like, numerous drag shows in New York City, and, I mean, that felt really cool, but now that it's over, I can get back into my real life, sort of, so that'll be a lot of fun to just calm down and not stress out about things. So, tea changes. I definitely, there's the tendency to gain weight near my abs now. Now, I say tendency because I work out a good deal, and if I just work out the same way, it's not noticeable at all. I'm building definitely more muscle. I can feel that. It's just, if I do, like, have a bad day or two and just don't go, or, like, eat a lot of crap, like, I will feel a little different, and it'll be in that region rather than, like, my upper thighs and legs. And, you know, my ass is definitely getting smaller. Like, clothes are fitting better to jeans. Which is really cool and really fun. I do feel more dense. Like, definitely my arms are feeling, like, really solid, like, and thicker, but especially my triceps. I mean, my biceps are always pretty big, but definitely a big difference in triceps. I can lift a lot more, like, it's happening faster and faster. It's not like I have to spend a month trying to lift a heavier weight and, like, working up to it that way. It'll happen in, like, a week. And I'm noticing, like, the veins in my hands and arms are getting bigger, and, like, it goes all the way up to my forearm now. Which is really cool because it's never happened before. And my feet also, too, have ridiculous veins in them, which I didn't think of at all. I thought about the arms, but not about how my feet would look. There's more hair, like, on my legs near my knees. Like, I always had pretty hairy legs, but it's, like, spreading upward now. And there's really nothing with my face, as far as hair goes, but I know there's something about my face that's different. I feel like my neck is thicker, but I don't really know what it is about my facial structure that it feels or looks different, but there is something different. So, about last night, when my parents came, I got a call from them around 5 or 6, I guess. I don't really remember. It must have been even later than that, because we were getting ready to go out to do something. Maybe. But they're like, oh, we finally made it in. And I was like, oh boy. And talking to them on the phone, I was extremely nervous, like, oh my god, is my voice different? I haven't talked to them, you know, in like a week and a half, and are they going to notice anything? And it was just about, like, they were going to come here, and I was really afraid of that for some reason, and just knowing that they're not okay with things, and that they really don't talk to me a lot anymore about things that are important to me, like the things that are going on with this. And I was trying to think of something to do. I wanted Kelly, my girlfriend, to come with me, you know, and we could hang out, but I was trying to think of things to do, and even going bowling. Something as simple as that, I couldn't do, because, I mean, my name, putting your names in the machine, and pronouns, because my parents still use my birth name. They still use she all the time. But when my mom had to use my name for the first time last night, she hesitated a little bit. She started and then, like, trailed off, like, after the first syllable. So, I mean, it's something that she thinks about, at least, and they're thinking about. And it's really interesting to see where that may go, and, you know, if it goes anywhere at all. I don't know. I really wanted Kelly to be around, because I didn't want to have no way out and, like, feel so alone around them, but that didn't actually happen, because we went to Dave & Buster's, which is like a Chuck E. Cheese with booze. It's in Pittsburgh. I don't know if there's anywhere else. And that's when my voice did that weird cracking thing. I was trying to, like, quote Dane Cook and be funny, because I'm really good with, like, intonation changes and kind of impressions that way, and my voice just squeaked so many times last night, even when I was trying to be loud, and I know they know that it's happening. And Kelly was just laughing at me. And, like, we had a good time, but it was a little bit weird, and we got dropped off at her place, and we hung out again today. And my parents actually asked if Kelly could come with us this time, which they've never really done before. It's always been just me. They try to just pretend that I'm just the same, and things are not going on, but they actually asked this time for Kelly to come out with us and, like, hang out. And we got her a book at the bookstore, and it was just really nice. And my dad, like, we were just joking around the whole time, my dad and me and Kelly, and it was just having a good time, having fun, and talking about things. Talking about her number in the drag show, and my dad generally being interested in, like, what was going on. And I know my mom's a little bit still really uncomfortable with it, and maybe they both are, but the fact that they included her, they asked, and they really wanted both of us to have a good time, and, like, wanted all of us to enjoy it together. Really, it meant so much to me. I wanted to cry. It really did. I just felt so happy that at least some part of my life, you know, they're making an effort, they're being interested in it, and maybe that means things will change with what's going on now, and things will get better. I mean, it's hard to hope for things like that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna hang out again tomorrow, and, like, with my family for Easter, and hopefully things will be okay with that. I really don't have a lot to say about much else, except that I thought the most recent worry of mine, actually, is if I go to the beach, I can't take my shirt off. Like, it's like about transition, like the very little thing, like, that I want to be able to do if I go to a beach. Like, I won't be able to do that. And that sucks, but I feel like, you know, that's something that'll happen sometime, and I think that's all I have to say for this time. And it's like 3.5 weeks, so 4 or so, maybe I'll have a lot more to say. Make a video about something that's not related to this. But thanks for listening, and we'll see you later.